I don't often re-record, folks, but I just am doing. I'll tell you why in a minute. Hello there, by the way. Welcome to day 8 of my Tenerife jaunt. Before I go any further, those eagle-eyed amongst you that watch the videos on a regular basis, you'll see here I've been wearing vests for the last week or so. It's warm here, it's really warm. You might be able to hear that aircon in the background. I do apologise, I've got to leave it on. It's just too warm. But this one, you'll have seen this in the past. I wore it once, maybe twice, about 3 months ago, and I did say, please, if you come across the wife, don't mention I'm wearing this this vest, don't mention it at all. It's my favourite. It's my favourite by a country mile. She doesn't know I've brought it. She's allowed me to wear a vest this holiday because it is very warm. As I say, 98 the other day, very, very warm. But she doesn't know I brought this one. She's done all the packing, she always does, and I've snuck this in amongst things, haven't I? Oh, well snucked in. She's down by the pool now, so she doesn't know I've got it on, so I'll use this just for recording. That's all I'll use it for. I just want it here with me, because I like to be near it all the time. Anyway, I'm waffling on, and I don't know why. Why have I had to re-record it? Well, I'll tell you why. I couldn't think of Caroline Ahern's name. I don't know why I couldn't, because I think the world of the girl. I loved her, really loved her. I called her Caroline Quentin, and I don't mind doing either, but I thought, I'm not having that, I'm going to re-record it. So, I've got to start again. And we started, what I said I was going to do, I was going to run through a bit of sport very quickly. That's what I'm going to do. Then I've got some news items, proper news items, we're going to do that. And then I'll let you know about yesterday, which would have been day 7 to me. I'm on day 8 now, but it was day 7 out in the wilds of Tenerife yesterday. I had a great day, but it was very much a chalk and cheese day. Started brilliant, didn't end that well. Didn't end that well at all. Ended up with a bit of a falling out. She's not in me good books of the half. She's not. It's all her fault. It really, honestly, it is. When I tell you why, you'll understand. Anyway, where did we start? We went with sport first. Harry Maguire. His mum's not happy, folks. She really is not happy. She thinks too many football fans are getting on his back and it's unwarranted. And I've got to say, I think I agree with her. He plays for my Manchester United. I've wanted to love him. I do like him. Can't say I love him. His pace lets him down tremendously. But I will say, for all it lets us down at United, it doesn't really let England down. He never really has let England down. And often they play in a back three, and the back three tends to help him. And he's more comfortable in the back three. And it's a different kind of game, the international game, as opposed to the Premier League games. It's not as frenetic, and that suits him. And I think he's always done well for England, and I think the sensible fans understand that. But many people are getting on his back, and it's not on. And his mum said, just let me have a look, what did she say? He's got a massive heart as our Harry, and it's a good job he's mentally strong. He can handle it, whereas others can't. I'm just pleased it's him and not others within the team. That said, I don't think he deserves it. And I've got to say, Mrs. Maguire, assuming that's your name, it probably is if your son's called Harry Maguire, I've got to say, I think you're right, love. He doesn't deserve it. Lay off him, folks. He does his best, he gives of his best every time, and he barely lets England down. Lay off him. That takes me to Iggy. Now, I don't mind you not laying off this fella. You can go in jack boots on if you want to this fella. It's old Iggy again, isn't it? That's the Iggy, my mate Anthony Martial. He's pictured, I think it was yesterday, turning up for training. He thinks 4 minutes early, 8:56 a.m. Unfortunately, Eric had said the day before, in preparation for the Brighton game, training is 12 o'clock tomorrow. So Anthony's actually 3 hours and 4 minutes early. He's pictured 5 minutes later going back out of Carrington and then coming back in again just before 12. So, number one, he wasn't late. That's a bonus. I'll give him credit for that, because we've had in the past rumours of Rashford, Greenwood and Sancho being late. Old Iggy wasn't. Number two tells me, though, that he doesn't listen. Who goes in at 5 to 9 when your boss tells you training is 12 o'clock? Doesn't listen. Number three, he's stupid. He was there 3 hours early. Why didn't he make the most of that time? Get a bag of balls and try and knock a few into the net. Because when he plays for us, he can't hit a barn door at the moment. Or spend 3 hours having a bit of physio, a few massages and whatever else. Because when he does play, he always gets crocked. He's either crocked, so he's no use to us. He's on the field, can't score a goal, no use to us. I've been saying, get rid. He doesn't listen. A lot of them don't listen, Eric. Get him down the road when he needs to be. Daryl Clark at my beloved Warrington. The Wire. I hear he's been made captain for the night. Is it tonight against Saints? I think it is. I should know, but I'm actually not watching it. I've got friends here, as I say, and I'm out with them. Had it have been a playoff, I would be watching it. But because it's not, I'm going to miss it. I'm going to be gutted, but I'm going to miss it. Hope you play well, Daryl. I hope you have a good game. I'd love it to go for the wire. For you as much as anything else. He's been a great player for us. Gutted he's leaving. I don't know if there's a problem with old Daryl Clark. Let's face it, he played under Clark at Cass and left him come to us. Clark comes to us. Powell comes to us. Clark leaves and goes to Saints. It makes you wonder. I think another couple of years under slamming Sam, I think he'd have done really well, old Daryl Clark. I'm gutted that Saints have got him. Anyway, hope it goes alright for the wire tonight. Right, what else have we got? This is the bit that threw me. I got this far before I realised. Caroline Ahern, along with old Mr. Cash there, writers of the royal family. 25 years old this week. Did you realise that? Having said that, I thought it was a little bit older, because it's shot to make it look like it's even further back in time. Yeah, that living room comedy, it was a living room comedy because they virtually never, ever left there. 25 years ago this week it was first released. Fantastic it was, great at its time. Old Ricky Tomlinson, Sue Johnson, old Pat Cash, or Craig to his friends, Caroline Ahern, old Ralph Little, they were all there, weren't they? Even Sheridan got a break there, she did alright from Hampshire. A great show, and Caroline, sadly missed. How could I forget your name, love it? I do apologise. Yeah, 25 years ago. I believe Sky Gold are bringing a programme out to celebrate it. I'm not home at the moment, obviously, but when I go back, I will download it and watch that, and I think I'll enjoy it. Right, what's happening in the world of news at the moment? What we're looking at? Starmer. Oh, he's a Bobby Dazzler, him. Done non-stop moaning about the Conservatives and how they're letting in all these immigrants and all these boats and how they can't stop them and how they're sending them to Rwanda and how they're doing this and how they're doing that. He's come up with a cunning plan, as Baldrick would say, to stop this. I think he's going to stop the boats, but what he's saying, so we don't have to have the boats coming over, he's going to let about 120,000 migrants, immigrants, whatever they are, come into our country every year. I thought, that's dead clever, that. So these aren't going to come in on the old boats, the old inflatables. He's probably going to bring them in by plane. So what you're telling me, when the 120 has been hit, he's saying, no more now, and they're all going to say from France and where they're, all right, we won't come now. We'll wait till next year till the other 120 can come in, but can we be next? No, he's going to let 120 in, and they're still going to carry on coming into the boats. The ones that aren't been picked as being part of the 120 still want to come in. And what we're going to do with them? Are we just going to keep paying them benefit after benefit after benefit? Davidson probably had it right. Let them come in if they want to come here, but give them nothing. If they can find jobs, even if they have to take our jobs, again, pay them, that's fine, but don't give any of them anything. And then it's up to owners of businesses whether they want to take them on or not. They only keep coming here because we look after people too well. And in the end, it's just going to affect the people born here like you can't believe. It's going to be madness. It's absolute madness. This country just can't keep taking people on board. It can't. It's mad. Not that I've got anything against anybody, and honestly, I've really not. But somebody's got to get this together with somebody else and decide how to better do this, even if it's a case of every European country taking a set amount and looking after that set amount and just doing that until we get to the stage where no one else wants to come. I don't know. There's got to be other ways anyway. Schofield, I believe they're going to do a film or a series of the old Schofield affair. It's being called The Runner, for obvious reasons. Being done by Channel 4, and I believe, is it Steve Pemberton? He's going to play old Philip. That'll be fun, that will. Well, I believe they've already started filming it, but shouldn't they wait for the report to come through first, that independent report? I think there'll be lots more little pieces, little nuggets there that they'll be able to glean and put into the show. I would have waited. Maybe they've not started filming it, but I thought I heard they had a couple of days ago. But anyway, that'll be on our screen soon. Give Channel 4 a chance to fall out with ITV. They won't like one another over that, will they? I noticed as well a couple of days ago, now I don't have to mention it, I believe Schofield's kids, they've done the unfollowing of Holly. After the dad did it and unfollowed her on Awards Day, the NTA's day, they did it a couple of days later. Very close to Holly they were. Used to holiday with her, see? I nearly said Holly and holiday at the same time. Well, I did. But I just carried on like I'd not said it. So why I'm bringing it up now is beyond me, but I am. I'm making myself look even more stupid. But yeah, they used to holiday together. Nearly said it again. Holiday together. Party together. I think one of them was part of the same talent agency that old Holly was in. But they've unfollowed her as well in a show of solidarity with the dad. What else have we got? Oh, well, basically we're done there really, but I'm looking at the papers this last week or two, and I noticed on the internet again today, one more person killed yesterday by, was it a couple of these devil dogs? I think a couple of them got him, died. I think it was down south, or was it in Stoke? It doesn't really matter, it shouldn't be happening, should it? Old Braverman keeps talking about outlawing this breed and maybe other breeds, but all you do at the moment is talking about it. It's no nearer happening yet. It needs to happen straight away. We need them culled if that's what it's got to be. And I love dogs, by the way, but these dogs aren't like your normal day-to-day dog. I mean, they like fighting, and they'll fight with anything or anybody. And humans of any size don't seem to matter to them. We've got to get rid of them, folks, and we've got to get rid very, very quickly. I read stories yesterday of people just abandoning them, leaving them on the streets. And whereas they once used to sell for $2,000, they're now selling puppies for 200 quid because they know they're going to be outlawed soon, and they know that they're too hard to take care of. It's crazy, isn't it? Absolutely crazy. So you've got all that with the old dogs, and then a note about this about back in the shops there and the department stores, that the thieving that's going on, the old shoplifting. There's been a big furore about that at the moment, because I believe anything under 200 quid, nobody prosecutes on. Over 200 quid, you can get done. So people are going into all these stores and nicking anything from food all the way to electrical items, knowing that nothing's going to happen to them. And they're doing it more and more and more in shops that have got no security on there. And when there is no security, we're having shop staff tackling these thieves, and they're getting knocked about, they're getting abused, they're getting kicked, they're getting punched, they're getting bitten, they're getting all of it. And it's absolutely crazy. It's just got to stop. What is this country of ours coming to? What with migrants, these dogs, the shoplifting, everything? What's going on in Britain at the moment? It's tales of woe after tales of woe after tales of woe. Somebody needs to get it sorted, and quick. I seen a bit of Trump today as well. Trump, he's been interviewed and there over the pond. He was asked some varying questions, and some of his answers on trans, I quite like them. He didn't go quite far enough, but I quite like them. He's got nothing against trans people. He couldn't say whether a man could become a woman or vice versa. They asked him about Bruce Jenner, who's become, is it Caitlyn now? And he said he knew Bruce as Bruce, and he knows Bruce as Caitlyn now. He might have said Caitlyn as Caitlyn, I don't know. I think he said he'd be happy for Caitlyn to use the female toilet at his house, but he did go further to say, I think he said, that he's not for trans people, I think that's men, identifying as women, using women's toilets and women's changing rooms. Well, I'm pleased about that, because he's right there. And he said a few other things, but it was a bit wishy-washy. It could have been a bit stronger, but at least I think he was coming from the right place there. So we'll park that one for now, and as we'll learn more about Donald, we'll air it in the future. Right, nearly finished now, folks. Yesterday, how did yesterday go? Well, I had a good day. Like we said, we met a couple of friends of ours. First time we've seen them for a few weeks. They only came over yesterday. I had a great afternoon with them. We went to the afternoon entertainment venue that is new. I think the new Hoppy's Bar. Brilliant service, lovely people, a cracking audience, and more importantly, a brilliant act in the one and only Shelley. I've done her on it, I've not done her, I've mentioned her on here before, when the channel first started, about, what was it, started 4.5 months ago now. I mentioned her 3 or 4 weeks in, and not long come back from Tenerife when I decided to start this channel, and she was brilliant. She knocked me over. She's probably, as I said at the time, as good a non-professional singer as I've ever seen. I mean, she may class as professional, but professional to me is when you get paid every time you do a gig, and it's not that way over in the pubs and clubs. But a brilliant vocalist who deserves even more recognition than she currently gets. I think she's phenomenal. We went from her and had a great time there to watching an act later in the day. I'm not going to say where, and I don't want to mention this person's name, but I will say this person wasn't white, and this person wasn't very tall. And again, I'm not going to mention dwarves and midgets and all that. I've gone down that route, and I know there's things you can and can't say, and I never know what's right, folks. I never do. So I'll just say again, a vertically challenged person. He was male, he wasn't white. He sung a few songs in a bar I was in last night, and I thought to myself, why on earth am I still in this bar? But the wife had bought yet another gin and was adamant she wanted to stay. She was adamant this person was good. This person, by the way, I couldn't mention his name because I don't want to upset him or anybody. I'm not here to do that. I'm really not. But it's without doubt. I can't say how bad it is, and I can't say that because it would upset. It wasn't a very good act at all. And the wife has never took longer in her life to drink a gin. It was absolutely painful. And I mean painful. Anyway, I put her right today. I said for the rest of the holiday, we're going back to type. We'll go where I say we'll go. It'll always be a good crack. And it always is, folks. I've just got a knack of finding the right places and the right acts. And that's probably it. There was one extra thing. He might never watch it. It doesn't matter whether or not he does. But I had an embarrassing moment yesterday with a chap called Rick. That's Shelley's fella. I put something about her 3 or 4 months ago on my channel. If anyone wants to see it, you can review it. It's something about Tenerife. And I said how great she was, because she is. And it seems one of my followers in the very early days, I never even had 10 subscribers, I put a note to this Rick by email saying that somebody had done something on his partner on a channel and it's worth watching. Maybe he watched it, maybe he never. I'm guessing he never, because he never put any comments on the channel or whatever else. Now, if somebody had said something about my partner and it was as complimentary as it was, I'd be over the moon with it and whatever else. And I said to Rick today, because I didn't know what to say, I said, is it right what they say, that all news is good news? And he looked perplexed. And I understood why he relates it. It was a bit weird, but I'd had a couple of drinks. When you've had a couple of drinks, you never tend to get the mood of the room correctly. Maybe I'd not. I don't know where you're coming from. I said, no, all it is, I did a video a few months ago. I've got a little channel, only a little channel, I said. But I'm doing all right. I'm happy with it. And to do with Tenerife, and I mentioned your partner there, and I was very effusive in how great she is, because I think she's brilliant, and I still do. I think she's the best act on this island. Well, I did until 4 or 5 days ago, and I think it's joint the best now. There's one up there with her, who I've mentioned in an earlier video. If you don't know who it is, I'm not going to tell you. Watch the earlier video. His name is on there. But she's definitely the best woman on here for me by a country mile. She really is. There's another guy who I think is brilliant as well, who they happen to like as well, by the way. And I said, no, I said, somebody tells me that he told you that I'd done something. I heard nothing off you. Did I go too far? Was it embarrassing? Because if it was, just tell me, and although it's months ago now, I'll take it down. He said, no, I think I've seen it. He said, I think I've seen it. And it was nice that you said the nice things about it. I said, well, that's fine. That's no problem at all. I said, but I would hate to think somebody I like and somebody I think a lot of, because I think she's great, and I've spoken on a couple of occasions, I would hate to think you as a partner or she was upset with the words I put on my channel, even though to my mind they were kind. But if I did go over the top, I'll gladly take it down. He said, no, you're fine. Anyway, I noticed on the back of that, later that day, you'd subscribed to my channel. You didn't need to, Rick. That's not why I spoke to you. You know, I'm happy. I mean, I'm not knocking you back. Anyone can subscribe to this channel. It's free to anybody and everybody can air a review. As I've said in the past, I'm unlike another channel. Everyone can air a review, whether it's, in my eyes, right or wrong. It'll always get published. I'll never delete anything. I keep saying that, and I never will. And thus far, I never have done. But I don't want anyone subscribing to my channel just because they think I have to, or just because they think I've said something nice about somebody. If you subscribe to it, Rick, and you watch any of it and you like it, keep subscribed, mate. But if you don't need to subscribe. Honestly, mate, I'm one of them people that if you've got a channel and I love it, I'm going to tell you. If I've got a channel and you hate my channel and you tell me I hate it, I'm still going to tell you I love your channel if I do. I'm weird. I'm obviously going to prefer that people like me than don't, because we all want to be liked, don't we? But I am weird. I just tell the truth, whether people like it or not. It's what I do, even to the detriment of myself. Anyway, that's it. If you have watched this part, Rick, then I'm sorry for the embarrassments today. I think I was the one embarrassed though more than you. Anyway, day 9 tomorrow, folks. Day 8 now. I'll tell you about it tomorrow on day 9. I know where we're going tonight. I'm not going to tell you, but I'll tell you all tomorrow. Hope you all have a great day. I really, really do.